Greetings, friends, Culturians, Culturinos, Culturistas, whoever you are out there. Thanks for being here. I got my good pal over here, Loki, from Mornings of Mischief. You need to check him out. Stone Cold Loki's hysterically every morning with his team every weekday. That basically, you've got a variety of shows every day during the week. I love it. I love being a part of it sometimes. And look, check him out. Anyway, enough for his commercial. We've got a story for you today. I'm not even letting him talk yet. We got a story for you today that I think is interesting. I've covered this already with WDW Pro, and if you haven't seen that video, it's going to be right up there. Go check it out. He has a different take on it. He's a little more reserved over there. He's a little bit more PG, whereas we're going to go to PG-13 probably on this one, because we're talking about this girl, Haliey Welch. You probably know her better as Hawk Tuah. That's
Hawk
right.
Tuah girl.
That's right. The hot girl. Not the hot girl, although some people would say that. But yeah, the hot girl is out there, and she came through with probably the biggest disaster of her life. You can write it off to her naivete, if you like to, her lack of worldliness, or her faith in maybe the wrong people. I don't know. But Loki, I just informed you about this story and just what exactly happened in the course of 48 hours. Do you think she's more naive? Or do you think at the end of the road, the other side of the equation, she's somewhat calculated? What do you think?
I don't think she did this deliberately. I think you know what? People take advantage of people. We've seen it. We see it all the time on YouTube, content creators. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. And she's new to all of this. She was thrust into the spotlight. I don't think this is some grand calculated plan to defraud people or mess with them. I think she's trusted some of the wrong people. They set something up. They knew what was going to happen with the coin. They knew what was going to happen with the market. And this was from start to finish. I think this was calculated. The people that wanted to make money made money off of it. And now we've got the fallout from that.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And that's what I suspect too, but we'll let the audience decide. And if those of you don't know what we're talking about, what she did, what the issue was, how she went from great to terrible in 48 hours, well, here we go. Hawk Tuah girl, Haliey Welch. Boy, she better Hawk Tuah lawyer. That's the joke going around right now. Launches a meme coin, which almost immediately crashes. Now, not after making a profit, of course, for a whole group of people. I won't say a whole lot of people, but she is, I guess, a social media influencer, better known as Hawk Tuah girl, launching her own cryptocurrency. A meme coin that surged for a little while and then crashed in a matter of hours. She's a 22-year-old, so she's not very worldly, not very experienced. She made some off-color comments of a lewd nature, alluding to how to keep a man happy, which, took her viral in her Nashville area. And she has capitalized on that moment by launching merchandise and a podcast and all kinds of other stuff. Now, Hawk was the crypto meme coin, and it hit 490 million in market cap right after its launch on Wednesday, so a couple of days ago. According to Cointelegraph, they basically cited everything that happened, and we have the data here to show you. But within 3 hours, that same coin, had plunged 91% in value to just 41.7 million. That's pretty dramatic. And this is, of course, Haliey here in a picture. Oh, she's nice. You think? I don't know. But anyway, data from blockchain analysis site Bubble Maps showed that a small number of crypto wallets controlled the vast majority of the supply, I think in the 90s. And that fueled criticism online on social media about snipers, which I guess they tried to eliminate, but I guess they didn't. And they played a lot of defense on this, saying that none of the team had sold one token. I guess that would include Haliey herself. I wonder if she got taken on a ride on this as well. I do know this. This is what it looked like early. This is the chart. Green, doing great. Red, not so great. That's what happened.
Lots of red.
90% of the value gone. It got real close to the 0.025 cents. That's a lot. If you have a decent chunk, somebody made out like a bandit.
If you're not used to this, if you're not used to this social media lifestyle, content creation, being thrust in the spotlight. You have no idea who you can trust and who you can't trust. And her being a noob at this, it's only been like a year. She's only been around about a year. It is very easy. I know Culture's seen it. I've seen it. When someone gets thrust into the spotlight, there are people that would have never had anything to do with her before go, hey, I want to jump on your bandwagon and go for a ride. Ding. And stuff like this can happen. And at this point, I'm kind of hoping that's the case. And this isn't something that was intentional. I don't know this woman. I just know the Hawk Tuah. You keep a man happy, Hawk Tuah. But I'm hoping that this wasn't something that was calculated from her and her team, and it's something that someone pulled a fast one on her and took advantage.
Yeah, I want to believe that too, Loki. So that's kind of where I'm going to come at this, the perspective I'll come at it from. But when you look at the Hawkonomics, which, interesting. Anyway, she talked about it at Fortune magazine and saying it wasn't a cash grab. She admitted that she used to view cryptocurrency as a scam, so she was aware that it could be manipulated. So at least she understood that. But if you take a look at this, this is all the breakdown of how her crypto worked, with a 21% community fund, 20% free claim for Haliey's fans, Web 2 fully unlocked on TGE. She had a 30% reserve, which is smart, 17% strategic allocation, fully unlocked on TGE. 10% Haliey locked on a 12-month lock, 3-year linear invest means she has to hold the coins.
Yeah.
So
she's stuck. She's stuck with what she's got.
Yeah.
She's stuck with 10%. She can't sell it.
And there was a 2% free public allocation, fully unlocked on TGE. So there's that. She says, I don't really see it as a gambling thing. I think it's like a fun way to get my fans to interact. So there she is. I think that's on the set of her podcast, which it seems like they spent some money on. If you look at that setup for her. But here's the thing that should have given you pause if you pay attention to anything in this market. Stephen CoffeeZilla. You know who CoffeeZilla is. He's pretty popular on YouTube and other places. So he's a crypto YouTuber. He was among one of those who criticized Welch's token launch and warned the public to stay away, saying meme coins always benefit A, insiders, B, trading bots, and warned everybody on X, don't be exit liquidity. In other words, don't be the guy that is sitting there crying, where did all my money go? After dumping a ton of money into this on the way up, only to find that everybody sold it already, including one cluster of wallets. Now, Loki, first and foremost, are you a believer in any kind of crypto? I mean, we know NFTs turned out to be a scam. Is that your jam?
Nope, I do not have a jam. I do not do this. I do believe, and this was a long time ago, I bought some Bitcoins. I think I had like 1,000 Bitcoin, and I didn't have enough to buy a pizza with the Bitcoin that I had. That's how long ago and how far back I go with stuff like that. Now, like one Bitcoin's worth what, $100,000?
Yeah, over 100,000. Yeah.
I have no idea what happened to that account. I have no idea what the key would be. It's probably sitting there in escrow worth like millions of dollars now. And I have no idea. This is not my jam. This is more like your jam, Nick over at Echo Base, Pro. This would be Valiant. Valiant would be all into buying stuff like this. I don't, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to believe in something and want to invest in something. And that's the worst thing you can do, is have belief to invest, because I will be disappointed every time. I know where my money would go. It would go out the window, never to be seen again, would never make a dime off of any of this. But I've been around long enough to kind of get the gist of everything. Again, I hope it's not something she's done intentional. It could be. Could be she's like, hey, this is my 5 minutes. I want to make as much money as possible. Let's do this thing. But I would hope that, being as naive as and new to this as she is, someone's taking advantage of her. I hope they find out who did it. I hope they get them to pay up, maybe take responsibility. Hope it doesn't come back on her. I'm sure there will be plenty of people to go, well, Loki, she's in the spotlight. So burn her at the stake. I get it. I understand. Maybe you lost some money on this, but let's find out the facts before we decide she's guilty or not.
And what's very helpful and meaningful is that because it's blockchain, you can really track where it all went and who it all went to, at least as far as the crypto wallets are concerned. You might even be able to track it to an exchange, or an IP location or whatnot. It depends on, how sophisticated people are. But if they can actually do that, they may be able to source and see if it was some kind of an insider from her team that capitalized with all those crypto wallets. All I know is that there's not a lot of answers for this. This is quite a disaster. And this is the Rolling Stone article through Yahoo. So she's obviously been an influencer since she became famous for her lewd statements that some people found entertaining. But she's kind of in a really weird place. And she, again, became interested in these types of coins. She's billed herself the queen of memes. I'm not sure why, but she does own some Dogecoin, which is also a meme coin. And of course, that's because of Musk's enthusiasm. And of course, now the new Department of Doge, which I think everybody's interested in. But Hawk started trading on Wednesday, as we said before, on a blockchain platform called Solana, which I'm actually familiar with. And it is definitely, at least that platform is compliant with securities laws. They are claiming it wasn't a cash grab. So one day later, there's virtually nobody in the crypto industry who believes that because of what happened. Again, it exploded by 900% and then approximately collapsed 95%. The current value is about 28 million since a little bit of a bump recovery. So basically, insiders were offloading their stakes for huge sums, and some buyers, known as snipers, quickly acquired that, with one wallet having 17.5%, and to flip that for 1.3 million in just 90 minutes. $1.3 million.
90 minutes. We think, as YouTubers, we make a lot of money in, an hour on a show or something. That blows everything that you can do on YouTube away. $1.3 million in 90 minutes. Culture, yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
It sounds.
Bring us your super chats and your memberships.
No, that's kind of like being Kai Cenat or maybe somebody like that. That us. I don't know you're getting lots of money in your live streams, but and I'm not complaining. It keeps the channel alive. But I'm just saying that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But look, they went on and did some damage control in the evening on an X. Spaces place, you can do a live stream or whatnot, a voice conference or whatever. But she was mostly silent during that hour-long conversation, probably being quiet to allow the experts to talk. With some people that really may have done her and themselves some disservice. As we mentioned before, CoffeeZilla is really good at hunting things down. He's a crypto advocate, et cetera, et cetera. And that was kind of all it was. It was basically a scam all along, according to CoffeeZilla. But Richard Bankston, who's known as FaZe Banks, agreed with CoffeeZilla's harsh appraisal. He advised Welch to immediately fire whoever persuaded her to be the face of the mismanaged cryptocurrency, saying the Hawk disaster was another example of influencers entering the crypto space without an understanding of how to perform due diligence and protect their audiences.
And I don't know brand. Protect your brand, people. It's your brand. If you're a content creator and you're watching this, protect your brand. That's your most valuable asset is your brand, your audience. Do not show mistrust. Do not betray your audience, and don't ruin your brand. She may have done irreparable damage to her brand, and it might never recover because of this. She, as quickly as she got her 5 minutes of fame, it could be over as of now, all because she trusted the wrong person.
That's true. And look, I'll just say the same thing. I mean, you have to be true to the people who got you there, and be thankful for their support. This is definitely a way to try to eke out some support, but I assure you, if I had ever launched a coin, it would be locked up tighter than you could even imagine, because I would never want to.
But you had a coin. I've got a coin. I've got a culture coin right over here. I've got a culture coin.
You have one of those wonderful chips, but I'm talking about one of these meme coins. But yeah, and that's the other thing. I like to give things away. I don't usually like to do something other than that. Although I do have merch to buy. But regardless, Loki, I'm going to ask the question again. I asked at the beginning of the video. I'm going to ask again. Did this happen because she was naive and was taking advantage of people, or do you think that she was complicit and maybe had some snipers of her own? What do you think?
That's possible. I'm going to tell you, I hope. I have this weird thing where I'm like, until somebody shows me how twisted and evil they are, I try and have faith and hope in humanity until you show me different. I would hope that this is not something she planned. I don't think personally that it is. It could set her up. She could make a whole lot of money, but I would think there'd be some way to find that out.
Oh yeah.
I am hoping that once they connect A to B to C to D, this was someone connected to her. It's someone who maybe introduced her to this. It's someone who encouraged her to do this and then took advantage of it. And this isn't her. If it is her, prepare to be burned at the stake for more than just the Hawk Tuah stuff for the rest of your life. You got fame, you got influence, and then you burned it all down. A rise as quick as a fall. We've seen that before too. So it's possible. I just hope it's not true.
Well, I'm right there with you, and I'm glad you were here with me, Loki. But hey,
glad to be here.
Yeah, what do you think out there in the audience? Do you think this was on her? Is it on her regardless, whether she was naive or complicit? Do you think she demonstrated a form of malice, or do you think she's probably a little bit shell-shocked? Let me know down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, double check you're still subscribed to the channel, because it's important to be subscribed. Take advantage of my free subscription model. That's right. You can be subscribed absolutely free and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss anything. And of course, if you want to make sure you see all my videos, watch one right after this, which will be coming up, I think, right over there. Anyway, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, especially this time of year. You need good hygiene. And until next time, see ya.